Hello to everyone, and a very good afternoon. I work as the Chief Architect and Data Scientist at Yatra Online, and today I have been working in the field of AI, data sciences, and all that for the last 25 plus years, and even my doctoral research was centered around data. It was more of scientific modeling, but there was heavy involvement of data. Can I get a PPT? I don't know.
Slides?
Yeah. So today we are going to talk about, a topic that is really shaping how the business is working, and how this transformative technology that we call artificial intelligence, how that is impacting every walk of life.
Sir, ये है इसमें से
No, yeah.
This one?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the agenda. I first want to discuss and explain what data science is and where does AI fall under data science. Then we'll briefly look at AI in business, and we'll look at some real-world examples. As I said, I'm a practitioner of AI, so I always talk in terms of examples. Also, the future outlook, how business stands to benefit from AI and what's already happening, and some business ideas, business opportunities. If there are some takers here, some entrepreneurs here, they can really think about it. This picture shows, on the left-hand side, it shows a young father who is holding baby diapers. So there was a study done in 1997 which showed that when young single fathers go out to buy baby diapers on a Friday night, they also buy beer. Okay, so that was the first time, it caught the world's attention that, look, you can do data analytics, data sciences, and grocery stores and all the retail chains can now optimally place their products. You will find that, the Coke flavor and the orange flavor generally are not on sale in the same week because the sale of one is going to cannibalize the sale of the other. The flavored cherry Coke came into being because Coke observed that on their dispenser machines that when people take Coke, they also take a little amount of cherry flavor, and hence cherry Coke, came into being. The more interesting example is about data that we don't see, right? If you look at this picture of this aeroplane, this is a picture from a study done during World War II. So what this picture shows is that this plane has returned from a sortie, and you see bullet holes on the wings and on the fuselage. So the people working on the plane said that, okay, let's go and reinforce these areas. But the truth here is that 90% of the planes did not return. So what the Allied forces did was they said, look, the planes that were hit in the cockpit area and in the engine area, and you don't see any holes here, those planes never returned. So always be aware of what you don't see, okay? Don't just assume things. And that is the fundamental aspect of data science. So let's take a quick look at first facet of data science. It's all about analytics, If you want to be in the field of data science, AI analytics, you have to understand your business well, and you have to understand the data that the business generates, okay? So here, for example, you may want to build an analytical system, and you may want to compare sales across Americas versus Asia Pacific, right? So you may have questions like, how much am I selling in Americas? What is it that I'm selling? What is it that I'm not selling? When is it that I'm selling? So you want to analyze your data across geography, product, time, customers, and all that. And the analytics you want to do is on the sales, on the quantities, and things like that. Then you may not be interested in granular level of data. You may want to know that how much of my fresh produce is selling. You may not care about how much of milk is selling, right? So there is a concept of hierarchies. And once you have the system developed, you can do slicing and dicing, and you will have information on your fingertips. This introduces two concepts. One is democratization of data, means everyone has access to data, and commoditization of data, meaning that data access is really inexpensive, right? You don't have to wait for days. You don't have to have a team of people to get this information. Moving on, the second facet of data science is machine learning. Here, instead of doing analytics, now we have gone to predictive analysis. And machine learning entails two aspects. One is classification and prediction. And here, it is based on the hidden trends of data. If I have a picture, is this a picture of a cat or a dog? That is classification. I want to sell my car. What would it sell at, right? So you will look at features. I mean, for example, the age of the car, the brand of the car, the model, the number of miles on it, and all that. And you can use algorithms like logistic regression and all that, and it will tell you that, okay, your car will sell for 3.25 lakhs, I mean, that's just a number. For here, in order for this technology to work, the data has to be curated and unbiased, and that's where we look at the first facet, where data warehousing introduces the concept of data governance, data lineage, data quality, right? So data is really curated there. Now, you have algorithms, like, for example, you're looking for a hotel in Dubai. There are more than 1,000 hotels. What are the first 20 hotels that should be displayed on Yatra's website? There is a concept called collaborative filtering. Based on the historical searches data, historical bookings, you can associate products, you can associate users, and you can show the results in such a way that the user says, this is exactly what I was looking for. Then there are techniques like long short-term memory. These are advancements over simple techniques like ARIMA. For making a sales forecasting. So I would use something like long short-term memory model, which is a flavor of neural networks to make a time series prediction. There is also a reinforcement learning, like we run experiments. If I have a hotel, I get a hotel from the supplier, how much my markup should be on that? Am I leaving too much money on the table, or am I pricing myself out of the market? If I price it, and if the model sells, all right, if the customer buys that product, then that's an award. And if there is no sale, that's a penalty. That's how the system learns. That's a reinforced learning. The third thing, which we all talk about these days, and that has caught everyone's attention, is generative AI. Now, data science has become generative, right? First it was analytical, then predictive, now it is generative. You can create content of essays, images, and videos. And the most beautiful thing about this is you don't have to be technical to be using this technology. And you can build AI agents, and there's a concept of agentic AI. If you want to be in this field, I think it's very important that you understand the difference between AI agents, agentic AI, and how they are used. So I'll give you an example of how we use it at Yatra. We have recently launched a bot. It's called Diya, right? So I can say that, get me Delhi to Mumbai flights 5 days from now, and I want to depart between 8 to 10 a.m., and the price should be less than 7,000. And then you can have more filters that I want to take only Indigo, I don't want SpiceJet, so on and so forth. So Diya here, generative AI will understand you. And that is the beauty of large language models. It has two very important facets. It understands you like a human being, right? So it has the semantic capabilities. Plus it is trained on petabytes of data. So it has a lot of knowledge. Then what here Diya will do is it will call an AI agent which will do the flight search. And the search results will then be collated, filters will be applied, and the results will be presented, right? Everything just through one sentence or through speech, right? You can manage that. Now, AI in business, this is the second part of the agenda of my talk. Gen AI has impacted every walk of life, every industry, every business domain. For example, if you're in customer service and sales, there are bots that will respond to your queries. You can book an order, you can cancel an order, you can know the status of your order. If you're in the field of finance, you can use AI to detect fraud. Robo-advisors are there for portfolio management. You can do algorithmic trading. If you ever go into investment banking, and that's where you have to be very careful, there's a lot of compliances. So today we are going to talk about a topic that is really really shaping how the business is working, and and uh, and how this transformative technology that we call artificial intelligence, how that is impacting every walk of life. This picture shows, on the left-hand side, it shows a young father who is holding baby diapers. So there was a study done in 1997 which showed that when young single fathers go out to buy baby diapers on a Friday night, they also buy beer. Okay. So that was the first time, it caught the world's attention that, look, you can do data analytics, data sciences, and grocery stores and all the retail chains can now optimally place their products. You will find that, the Coke flavor and the orange flavor generally are not on sale in the same week because the sale of one is going to cannibalize the sale of the other. The flavored cherry Coke came into being because Coke observed that on their dispenser machines that when people take Coke, they also take a little amount of cherry flavor, and hence cherry Coke, that came into being. This is a picture from a study done during World War II. So what this picture shows is that this plane has returned from a sortie, and you see bullet holes on the wings and on the fuselage.